title. McDonnell was determined to take his chance.
This fella has never taken a count, so that really is something, particularly when he's competed for the World Championship against Brian Mitchell and lost on points. Then with the Terry Lawless camp, and there he is with the new Matchroom boss and co-promoter here tonight, Barry Hearn. And he's all been very calm and collected, Jim McDonnell. London born, of course, of Irish parentage. In terms of activity, he'll say, since McGuigan retired, I've had 77 rounds and he's only had 16 on his comeback. Well, whether that'll work out in his favour or not, we don't know. The referee's already in the ring awaiting him, Mickey Vann from Leeds, former boxer. And this GMEX Stadium here in Manchester, now converted from the old Central Railway Station. It really is an ideal spot for the fight business, and they've got a near capacity crowd here, which it holds 8,728 to be exact, and I don't think they're much more than a few hundred short, apparently. And of course, there he comes then, McGuigan, the man who we know has, in a way, he's transcended boxing, isn't he, Barry? He's so much bigger these days. He's so popular. Former world champion, former European champion, former British champion. McDonnell also held the European but never competed for the British title, strangely enough. So he'll come in with his new comparatively new entourage of advisor there, Frank Warren and Jimmy Tibbs. Now he could be a key factor really, Jimmy, because for many years he trained Jim McDonnell until he went out on his own as a trainer manager. So the music, appropriately of course for McGuigan, to horsewhip the Irish band. Well, I tell you, Jim, it's a hard trek to get in this ring.
Yeah, almost as hard a fight to get into the ring as he's going to have it once he gets there. I think we should remember, although McDonnell is not a hard puncher, he's a very accurate puncher, and I think if Barry's defence is as open as it was in his previous fight, he could have more problems than he needs tonight.
Obviously a very big betting favourite, Barry McGuigan, who likes this super featherweight, 9 stone 4. There's only a half a pound separating them, and that doesn't really matter. Very much a pro in every sense, Barry McGuigan. As he said to a Sunday columnist, Pat Collins, recently, well, they say I'm a millionaire. I don't live like a millionaire and I don't fight like a millionaire. His losses then to Steve Cruz in that cauldron heat of Las Vegas for the championship. And to Peter Eubank down there. Barry Hearn really splashed out for this one. The gate receipts tonight are £480,000. The crowd 8,100. Well, McGuigan was saying he's a bit steamed up by some of the things that McDonnell said at an early press conference. But he's too much of a calculating pro to let that get to him, but he'll probably try and stamp a bit of superiority early on now. But he's a smart boxer, McDonnell, as I say, hasn't been on the deck, and that takes him doing it. He was a very successful amateur as well. Won the ABA lightweight title, started as a bantamweight, 8 stone 6.
See, one of McGuigan's main assets as a fighter is the rhythm. He likes to get into rhythm, keep throwing punches, keep them flowing. Well, that will not be easy against a man like McDonnell, who's not going to hang around. He's going to step back. McGuigan sets himself to throw bursts of punches. McDonnell's going to step back out of range. So McGuigan might take a few rounds to find any rhythm here.
Not surprisingly, Jim, for a long time apparently Jim McDonnell's always said he's fancied his chances with McGuigan. Well, now's his big chance. He's only stopped 11 of 25 fights he's won against the one loss.
Well, McGuigan normally wears opponents down with incessant pressure, but being a counter-puncher, McDonnell will be better prepared, better suited to cope with pressure because he's used to letting the other fellow take the initiative.
Just planted that right hand in just a bit high there, McGuigan, on the side of McDonnell's head. Well, they build this as nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, nowhere to run, all that sort of thing. And it's pretty obvious, Jim, really, that there is nowhere to go for the loser of this one. And I think certainly McGuigan would retire for sure if he lost. And I would think probably McDonnell as well.
I don't know if... I think there's more pressure on McGuigan. He has come back for one reason, as he's told us, world titles. And this would obviously shatter those ambitions. But McDonnell can still... he may be prepared. He's never made the big money. If he loses this, to go back to European level, British level. It just depends if how much of his heart is still in the game.
Well, there it is, a good sizing up round. There weren't too many scouting reports going on there, were they? As Jim Watt said, McGuigan got off that stall and tried to sort of stamp his authority on right away. Didn't always connect, a little bit out of distance, but he hasn't spared himself in training, according to trainer Jimmy Tibbs. And there's his run down there, Barry McGuigan. Now lives in Buckinghamshire in England. And he's looking to get a fight now with probably Tony Lopez, who holds the International Boxing Federation version of the title. But Lopez has got to defend first against Tyrone Jackson. Apparently they're having trouble making the match with Azuma Nelson of Ghana for the WBC. And that's another old boxer there, Darky Smith, in the corner with McDonnell. And Freddie King there on his... all former boxers, all been through the mill. Freddie King there to train that. Second round. It's going to be a lively one, Jim. Certainly the referee, Mickey Van, has got to be on his toes for this one.
Yeah, well, McGuigan only fights the one way, coming forward there, exerting pressure. But I really feel it's going to be a difficult one for him, obviously because McDonnell won't stay in the one place for any length of time. McGuigan is going to find it very difficult to find a rhythm, so he's going to have to spend the first round or two just finding ways to get into punching range and maybe put plenty of power into single punches. I think McGuigan's cut already, Reg.
Well, he had it in the last contest, and one or two people...
It was a slashing left hook, Reg.
Rather began to ride him off there. Now this is certainly going to spur McDonnell on. Oh, it looks a bad one, Jim.
It's a bad one. It was a kind of slashing left hook, a wide punch. No way was it heads or anything else. I saw the punch land and McGuigan's in serious trouble. And that looked like a solid punch that landed there, Reg. I think it caught him high on the head, but the way he grabbed onto McGuigan's legs, I think McDonnell was badly shaken there.
So referee there telling them to cool it a little bit. What a shock to... It's always a shock when you see McGuigan bleeding. I suppose that's the scars of previous battles now. It carries a bit of tissue around the eyes there. Well, there's no love lost here, Jim, is there? And the referee Van is nagging a bit at McDonnell there, pulling on, isn't he?
I would say McGuigan needs a knockout here, Reg, because that looks a terrible cut. It looks a long one, a deep one, and a bleeder. I think he has serious problems.
Well, if he doesn't, I've repeated, he said he'll be the first one to do that to McDonnell.
There was definitely a punch that caused that knockdown, Reg. I heard it rather than saw it, and McDonnell still looks a little bit stunned. He's doing silly things, his hands are down, he's fighting back. I think he's obviously still feeling the effects of that punch.
Well, I tell you, the crowd are stamping their feet on the floors here right at the back of the Ski Mech Centre. I can sort of sense the desperation in McGuigan's fighting now. Keep the punches up.
McDonnell has been doing silly things this round. Reggie's getting away with them, but he's doing some very dangerous, silly things.
Bit of an appeal to the referee from McGuigan. It's a bit unlike him, and he's going to get this under control now. Well, it's a long lecture there. They'll take a bit of time off probably for the end of that round, although he didn't gesture that to the timekeeper. Add a bit of time, I should say. Oh, what a good battle inside. Now, who is the stronger of the two? We've always assumed McGuigan is. So now these fellas here have got to really get stuck into that cut now. And it looks like the experienced Ernie Fossey. And Jimmy Tibb talking tactics with him, obviously, but there he is, the old hand of Ernie Fossey now, pressing that coagulant on there from 1001 adrenaline, which is the only thing the boxing board of control permit in the corner. There are inspectors there to make sure there are no other coagulants. Jim, in replay now.
Yeah, well, McGuigan responded well the last time we saw him cut in his last contest. It brought out the best of him. That was a slashing punch that caused the injury.
The whistle, the knockout, the headline, the deadline, the story. Sport.
Although, as I say, cut in the last fight, but later in the contest than this, the third round of a scheduled 10 may not have the official world title eliminator tag, but all contests are eliminators because there's nowhere for losers to go in this business. They have to do the best they can. Well, that instant repair work, it's going to be difficult, Jim, but so far looks as though the cornermen are doing a good job there. But certainly McGuigan's got to get his head out of the way a bit.
He's in a terrible situation. He has to take chances to try to get the big punches home, and because he's taken chances, he's also taken some little slick jabs from McDonnell. McDonnell's doing the right thing, backing off and just trying to inflict some more damage on McGuigan's face.
He's a spindly looking character, Jim McDonnell, but he's a durable one. His record shows it.
Well, he was shaken in the previous round, and it took him a full minute before he was completely recovered. But he's always had a good chin. He's never been stopped. Good defence, although he has taken a lot of chances tonight.
Certainly concerned for McGuigan, Jim, as they say. There's never such a thing as a good cut, but this one's in a bit of an awkward position and he's looking fairly deep.
Yeah, and you don't like it this early in the fight either. I mean, he's almost the whole fight ahead of him. Just a stumble from McGuigan. A punch landed, but it was just a stumble.
Minute to go in the third. Certainly McDonnell, the man some thought might be the no-hoper, is putting up, well, the old stout resistance, I think, is the corniest line I can think of. And there's the countdown for the end of the third, Jim, and I would think the referee having let the seconds have a go at this cut again, and then he'll probably go over and inspect that right away.
See, McGuigan can't find rhythm. He's having to try single shots to try and wobble McDonnell. This is not the way he likes to do business.
say that it's so important to have the good man in your corner, and he's going to need every help that he can get here now, Barry McGuigan. He really is. Now, he came through the cuts and bruises last time to beat Julio Miranda of Argentine, but this looks a deeper cut to Region than any of those long two.